What's going on, good people? It is good to be back after a week off, but we are back with another JayNas podcast, and we are here to deliver all the latest news in PC, console, retro, and Nintendo gaming. And as always, I'm joined by my good buddy Jason616, our local retro expert. Mate, good to have you back, buddy.
Thank you very much. I don't know what I did to become the local retro expert. I've kind of dubbed myself as that, but it's a title I'm willing to continue on with.
Well, yeah, I mean, you might not be the most expert compared to an expert, but you're definitely a local expert compared to the average non-expert that's an expert in being averagely expert. So, yeah, man, pretty expert.
I'm the expert of being an expert.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. All right.
No, we'll say that. Well, it just makes myself sound better than what I am, but I'm not going to complain.
Well, the way I see it is that an expert can be like usually within less than 1% of, you know, in that expertise of area of a certain field. And I'd say
I'm
that...
0.5. I'm 0.5.
Well, that's all right. I'd say you'd be in that 1% of people that play more retro games than anyone else, owns the most retro collection, you know, has more knowledgeable about retro, you know, retro Wikipedia stuff. So I'd say you're comfortably in that 1% of the local area around, say, you know, Perth Metro. That's hence why I say local experts. I reckon you're right in that criteria, buddy. Give yourself a little bit of a round of applause. Why not? Cue the round of applause sound effects. Yeah.
Here I am.
Yes.
First walk in the room.
Yes.
But
yeah, but look, mate, I've got. There's not too much going on out there, of course, but having a couple of weeks off. We missed last week. We're both extremely busy, as well, with a few things that we got working behind the scenes. So I got
which we could probably talk about now.
Well, I was actually going to say we could talk about that, mate. I reckon once we mention what we're going to talk about, I reckon that we'll bring everyone up to speed with what's going on. So, so my 4 topics is I'm going to talk about a new game in the making of a Lord of the Rings, part of the Lord of the Rings universe. Well, it's going to be a Lord of the Rings game, which is really cool. There is a live gameplay trailer that's just been released for the new Ghostwire Tokyo, which is really, really exciting. A bit more on Rocket League, which I'll up-to-date everyone on that a little bit later on. A bit more on Red Dead Redemption 2 PC release, which sounds really intriguing. And of course, my honourable mentions and do you feel old yet, buddy? What have you got to talk about tonight?
Well, in the week we had the announcement of the Nintendo Switch Lite, so I'll be covering that. Also, I've got an update on the Evercade is actually bringing out its collection of games that are brand new but retro style from the indies. So there, some news of new games coming out, which is cool.
Nice.
Also, it is likely that we might see a new release of Super Monkey Ball. That's exciting.
Okay.
And just a couple of honorable mentions and my This Day in Gaming for the 11th of July.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so guys, before we continue, we have been itching to get our public fan base, which is about 3.5 people. Look, it will grow by then. But look, we've been
from 2.
Yeah,
we're flying.
3.5. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I don't know who the half is, but it's there somewhere. He's around somewhere. But look, guys, we do have a bit of announcement that is coming to all forms of platform that JayNas, so myself, NasG Gameplays, and Jason616 have affiliated with. We are going to leave links in descriptions as well, but I'm going to hand the reins to Jason to tell you all about it, and I'll pitch in little bits and pieces as well. So, Jace, take the reins, buddy. What have you got to tell us?
All right, well, I mean, it goes back when you wanted to start this podcast, because we each had something we wanted to do, and this podcast was I let you take the lead because this is something you really wanted to do, was this podcast. And before it became the JayNas and before it became a weekly thing, you came up to me and said, this is what I want to do. The thing I wanted to do was actually to host our own gaming events, and that brainchild has become what is now known as Universal Game Events. It's for people to get together as a community for multiplayer gaming the way it used to be, on the couch with your buddies and recreating that environment. And it wasn't until Monday this week, so 3 days ago, we launched it, and we kept it wrapped up for a little while. We said we had something coming up, and we're hosting them here in Perth, Australia, which is really, really exciting because we've been working at it behind the scenes for a good 2 months or something now, like every week, trying to get it to a point where we can announce it. And our Facebook group went live on Monday. You can go over, and the link will be in the description to go to the group and check it out. You'll see our very attractive, non-ugly mugs on it. Speaking a bunch of babble.
Yourself, no, right? Well, I'm hideous.
But we're damn excited to launch it, because you can come down and play some games with us. We'll be there. It's all fun. It's not about, you know, winning all the time. It's about having fun with your buddies, like you used to do back in the day. Like the main focus on multiplayer, especially. That is the biggie. But we're both damn excited to release it, and the group is growing by numbers every single day, even though it's only been 3. And things are getting exciting. Things are starting to take off.
Shape. Yeah, take shape.
Yeah. So, you know, we've done more than the bare bones. We know what direction we want to go in, and we're starting to build our community. So, yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah, definitely, mate. So just a little bit more of an elaboration on it, guys. So basically what we are doing is we are doing a local gaming event. So basically the old days of the couch multiplayer gaming, where you're sitting next to your best buddy playing the old Super Nintendo Street Fighter, beating the crap out of each other, and you throw your controller across the room, but then it falls on the floor because it's still got its cord attached to the damn console. Or you bring your two other buddies are down there as well, pull out a couple of pizzas and a bottle of Coke, and you're playing GoldenEye, and you're shooting each other in the old, you know, the old pyramid stage. Oh, is that one called? No, what's it called? Temple? Yeah, the old temple stage, you know, all that sort of stuff. And you keep beating your mate to the body armor, and that just annoys the crap out of him. So you throw your controller across the room, but it doesn't go very far because it's got a cord and it's attached to the console. So we are trying to relive those days where we are hiring out local community centres here in Perth, Western Australia. And of course now, guys, we are going to leave links in the description to a lot of our platforms, if not all, where you can get your hands on some more information about these events. Now look, it is sad that some people don't exactly live near Perth. You might live about, I don't know, a whole other country away, but that doesn't mean you can't get on a plane.
Suckers.
Yeah, no, well, that as well. But look, just as important as the people that are attending these events are the people that are supporting the group and the network and keeping the community alive as well. We appreciate every single supporter that we get, the shares, the likes, the tags. Eventually, you know, there's the ripple effect. One little pebble in a pond, those waves get bigger and bigger, and they eventually make their way to shore. So we appreciate everyone that will jump on the page, support, like, share it. Even if it's all your friends, you know, in the middle of the US or Afghanistan or even France, it doesn't matter. We don't care where you live. We would love to get you guys involved, because we do posts where we keep you involved. Like, we want to know what your favourite retro game is, your favourite retro console, your first memories, and all this sort of stuff. You know, you let us know. We'll talk to you. All that sort of jazz, and there's everything links to each other. My channel is linked to it. Jason's channel is linked to it. The U.G.E channel is linked to the U.G.E channel, and you know, you'll get updates on events. And we're even working on subscription base for VIP access and all that sort of stuff later on down the track, where people can get exclusive access to, you know, our main subscribers and fans. And we're thinking about doing
there might be some extra podcast footage you might be missing. Unless you're part of the VIP club.
Exactly. So that's what we don't want you to miss out. So, you know, if you you scratch our back, we scratch yours. There might be some behind the scenes content and some little extra podcasts that will be involved when it comes to not just retro, but the event, and even just little things about me and Jason616 with our gaming week of what we've achieved, maybe gaming personally or something like that. We are going to be doing shout outs as well to to our more interactive community base. You know, we want to talk to you, get you involved, even shout you out on streams or something like that. This is all up in the air, but we're heading down this path. So
like I said, we got the bones of it together. It's just determining what's going forward, what we're going to do to get people more involved. And like we said, it's a community. It's not a group that, because we're in Perth, you can only be from Perth. Like Naz said, you could be from anywhere in the world. We, get involved. We're talking about consoles and our favorite games and stuff like that just throughout the week. You know, you don't need to be just in Perth to be involved in that community. And we're taking people from all walks of life. It's cool because we got people that are 18 and 19 that have joined the group, and then we got someone that's 62 that's joined the group.
Yeah,
it's just crazy, and where all these people come from. You know, we've got that's almost like a 50 years difference, or 40 years difference. It's just insane, but it's all great fun. You know, it's all great fun.
Definitely. And as we mentioned, guys, in the bottom in the description on both of our channels, we will leave links to the necessary pages and groups and you know, social media sites that we have it all involved. So check it all out yourselves, like and follow. While you're there, we would very much appreciate it. But apart from that, Jason, unless you've got anything else to say, buddy, shall we move on to the podcast?
Yeah, let's move on to the podcast. Let's go. I'm excited because there's been so much happening. We've been looking at what we call UGE, Universal Game Events.
Huge.
We've been doing that. I've streamed every single day this week so far. I've done 4 days in a row. I'll be on tomorrow. We've got podcasts going on. That's not even including the content that's coming up on my channel. We've been running at such a speed, so I'm really pumped. So let's get on with this bloody podcast because I'm running on a high.
That's right, guys. All right, so turn those eardrums on. Your ears are about to bleed. Listen out to the podcast. You are about to get all up to date on the latest PC, console, retro, and Nintendo gaming. Let's do it. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is basically being announced and coming into development is a new Lord of the Rings MMOs on its way with the developers of World of Warcraft, Destiny, PlanetSide, all by its side and getting into play. So basically there is more details have been emerged about the online Lord of the Rings game that was announced last year, which is great. Amazon Game Studios announced that it's partnering with Liu Technologies. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Liao or Liu or I don't know, whatever. And it's Athlon Games label to create a free-to-play Lord of the Rings MMO. So the fact that it's free-to-play sounds insane. It's MMO, so that's also insane. The game is going to be based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings literal trilogy, which is going to be insane. So it's going to be based on the books and not the movies, which is also insane. And basically
insane in the membrane.
Exactly, membrane, that's insane. Game, that's insane. Insane game, that's insane in the brain. So yeah, this game will give fans around the globe new immersive game experiences for epic exploration of the vast world of Tolkien. That's insane. So Amazon said in a press release, the untitled Lord of the Rings MMO is being made for console and PC, and Amazon will market the published game everywhere in the world except for China. Liu will handle, they will handle it there. So the usual China blockade of gaming rights and, you know, imports and all that sort of stuff, it stands in the way. But as all developers do, they find a way over it, and they will. But mate, that is my first installment topic of my side of the podcast, buddy. What have you got to? Cool. What have you got to tell me?
I'm going to kick it off with the announcement of the Nintendo Switch Lite, which, yeah, some updated news as of yesterday, hot off the press. You're probably wondering what a Nintendo Switch Lite is. I mean, you actually played Nintendo Switch for the first time last week.
If you call that playing, but you're right.
No, and obviously when you go two-player, you know how it's quite difficult with the controls.
Yeah, that's an understatement, but yeah.
See, I'm used to it because I guess I play on all different consoles with all different controllers. So for me, I just adapt. It's pretty easy. But you're predominantly PC or PS4, so
yeah. So just for those out there, I play 4 hours a day with a DS4 controller that has a mod pack, and I usually play Rocket League, which requires you to play about press about 3 or 4 buttons at once. So I went from that to this little Switch controller, and I was like, Jace, I'm going to break this, mate. I'm going to break it, and it's going to be not my fault. And how do I use it? And it's like, does that work? And the car was the cart was turning on its own, and I was like, is that supposed to happen? I don't know. Anyway, but yes, it was fun. It was.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, you'll get used to it once you play it a bit more. But the Switch Lite is interesting because with the Switch, you know how you just put the console onto its dock, take the handhelds off, and it goes to the TV. The Nintendo Switch Lite is made to be a handheld console, so it's not TV plug-in. It's not any of that. The controllers don't come off the sides. It's just an all-in-one. It's revealed to be an actual handheld console. So the good news is there's no detachable Joy-Cons. The D-pad is now back on it, where the Switch didn't have an actual D-pad. because they wanted to make it interchangeable where two people could use the same thing. So it's got its D-pad, which is good. It's obviously light because it's lighter. That's the aim. 4x9x5. This one's 3x8x5. So it's just a bit smaller. Not much different to look at. It's pretty much the same kind of thing. There's 3 gameplay modes. There's TV mode, tabletop mode, and handheld mode. The Nintendo Switch Lite can only be played in handheld. It can't connect to the TV and does not feature a kickstand to use as a tabletop setup. So that's the thing. It's only handheld. So the Switch had TV, tabletop, handheld. This is only handheld. It is going at retail price of $200. So it's a lot cheaper than the normal Switch. Nintendo Switch, of course, is compatible. All games from the Nintendo Switch will work on the Switch Lite. It is made to be a handheld console. That's why it's made to have a longer lasting battery life than a normal Nintendo Switch. This one, they reckon it's lasting for about a battery life of 8 to 10 hours overall whenever it's not on charged up. So it's gonna be they're trying to make it just specifically a handheld. They are still upgrading like the 3DS kind of stuff, but I think they want to switch over to a handheld on the Switch. Reason being is that Nintendo Switch games are selling up the wazoo. They're killing it. So they're going to try and wean the 3DS out, I think, and just go with the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite. They have a handheld, they have a main console, and games are adaptable on both. And because the Switch is doing so well, why not? Nintendo also said during the week as well that Nintendo aren't planning a new console in the next 8 to 10 years. They're going to stick with the Switch the whole way through. They think it's just doing everything they need, and Nintendo don't create anything right now. They are so happy with the Switch and what it's doing. They're just going to have the Switch is handheld, save money on the production of games. It can go on both. Voila, it would just sell. So they're coming out with the Nintendo Switch Lite without needing to release new games for it. So smart on Nintendo's part, in my opinion. Very clever marketing for it, and it's going to be good. It's going to rock the gaming world for handheld consoles. Nintendo, I think, are the only ones doing a handheld console, aren't they?
Don't know. I would say a solid yes, but I haven't really done much research
anymore. Xbox has never had a handheld. No. The only other one is the Evercade, which is coming out, which I'll talk about a bit later on. But that's the only one. But I don't think they won't be in the market to challenge Nintendo. They just won't. But yeah, I mean, they're the only ones doing handheld, which means they're the only one in the market, which means they're always going to win. You know, so
yeah, man. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed.
So I'll throw it back to you. That's my finish with Nintendo.
All right, mate. Okay, okie dokie. So, all right, my next topic that I want to talk about is Ghostwire. Tokyo director teases more details with this early look at the game in action. So, Ghostwire Tokyo's development, they have released a new trailer to the game, which is really awesome. It's a gameplay trailer as well. Now, the Ghostwire Tokyo is supposed to be one of those, it's supposed to be an open world sort of post-apocalyptic basically like a game that's based obviously in Tokyo, hence Ghostwire Tokyo, where everyone around a hero, well, everyone around has died of some sort of disease or something like that, but now there's paranormal activity all through the city where there's a handful of people left still to survive, and they're trying to sort of find out what's going on. So basically it's based on a raptured apocalypse in near future Tokyo with supernatural sort of theme towards around it. So now the gameplay trailer you can see on basically on Game Radar. That's up there, or it was tweeted by Ikumi Nakaruma on his tweet, so it was put up there by him a few days back. only about 3 days back or so. So, which was really cool. So a lot of people were quite surprised and intrigued. Now I haven't watched the trailer yet myself, because I only just found about it a couple of hours ago. But I look forward to checking it out, because that's definitely something that's in the making, because it looked really good at the announcement of E3, 4 or 5 weeks or so back. So that sounded really cool. A nice unique twist. So open world paranormal game. Takes a good break away from zombies. A lot of zombie apocalyptic games have come out recently, so this will be a nice little break. So battling it out with with paranormal activity sounds quite intriguing in my opinion. So I like to see that. So the minute-long video shows a feature silhouette against the brightened neon lights of Tokyo in the background, and only clues of something unusual is going on. The fact that figures stand at the rooftop and tons of birds keep swooping through the city. So it just sounds really awesome that's going on there. So yeah, everyone, I recommend going to check it out, see what you think, leave your comments of what you think with the game itself or what it's going to do. I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts about it, if they're going to get it, something that they're interested in doing. But yeah, it's going to be really awesome in time. But mate, that is my second topic, and I'll throw it back to you. Sweet.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up some game that might be being revitalized. It's a bit up in arms, but there is some good hints at Super Monkey Ball being revitalized. Did you ever play Super Monkey Ball?
No.
So you never heard of it?
It rings a bell.
Yeah, dude, it was really cool because normal games, your normal player takes control of the character itself. But the cool thing with Super Monkey Ball is that the player moved their character around by tilting the world instead of the player.
Oh, yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah, so you tilt the board at various angles, and you can control the speed, timing, and that. Yep. And the thing was to get to the goal. Well, Super Monkey Ball may be coming back, which would work really well on the Switch's Joy-Cons, because it's all motion censored. So it looks like it is being reprised. For some reason, a Taiwanese rating has appeared for Super Monkey Ball in the past week. It's adding to the already existing evidence that a series revival is on the cards. Because back in May, Sega filed a trademark for a game called Tabagoro Super Monkey Ball in Japan. So that they also grabbed the new trademark for the Wii game Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, leaving us hopeful that it's on the verge of making a comeback, which is pretty good for the Super Monkey Ball series. They really had some damn good games on the GameCube. They were really up there for the GameCube. But not only that, it's definitely coming onto the Switch, but it also looks like it might have a PC release. Ooh. So that'll be the first time you'll ever see Super Monkey Ball on PC. Hell of a multiplayer game, by the way. It's like the quickest one to the goal, but you can also fall off the stage. Yeah. So you can have some hell of a battles on that. So that was good fun. But it's now been trademarked and rated. All that's left is for it to be released. Although Sega hasn't spoken about any kind of release date for it, or the capacity of whether or it is actually technically being released, but with them trademarking everything around Super Monkey Ball, you can presume that it will be coming. If not a new game, they might be, Sega's good at bringing back some of their old classic titles and remastering them and putting the same games out. So even if it's not a new game, they might be, doing an updated one like Spyro and Crash and that had. But be on the lookouts for Super Monkey Ball in the future, because I think it will come out. It's like F-Zero. It's been lost. It's been lost in time. Things have evolved and they've kind of not touched it. I mean, we all want the F-Zero release. Yeah. But Super Monkey Ball was up there as well. So be on the lookouts for that. And all should be good for Sega. Sega are just really rehashing everything, aren't they? Just to be fair, they're just rehashing everything. But always good on them. If it works, it works.
Yeah, man, definitely. That sounds very intriguing indeed. Good old Super Monkey Balls.
Super Monkey Bollocks.
Yeah. Super Monkey Testes. No, but no, that sounds good, man. It sounds really good.
Monkey testes does not sound good.
No, you know what I mean. It's
good.
It's good at not sounding good.
Yeah. No, something like that. Yeah, it's good at not sounding good. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. Well, I'll throw it back to you. That's all I had.
Cool, dude. All right, my third topic for this podcast is, of course, back to my favourite game of all time, and that is Rocket League. And this week, Psyonix is celebrating Rocket League's 4th birthday. So yes, big congratulations to Rocket League and Psyonix on all their success with Rocket League. This week, 4 years ago, Rocket League was released, which is really awesome. I've been playing it for almost, probably close to 3 years myself. So, you know, it's of course, naturally, I've always say it's a great game in itself, but it is a free weekend. So if you've never played Rocket League and you've been meaning to give it a go, it is free from July 10th until July 15th, and it's got the Radical Summer the Radical Summer season going on at the moment. So it's all 80s themed stuff. So you get in there and you can get your hands dirty, you know, maybe even get a couple of DLCs because the game is free this weekend. Whether that's to keep or not, I'm actually not 100% sure. I think it's like a free trial. So basically, if you do end up, free weekend carry over. The best time to check out the content jam-packed for this game, so especially Radical Summer 80 scene based in the event, is full swing. Earn contests for playing online matches, blah blah blah, which can be redeemed unique in-game, inspired by the 80s culture. Jump into casual, competitive, and extra modes, or try out the new limited mode Spike Rush, blah blah blah. Any items that were earned from the free weekend will carry over to the full game if you decide to purchase. Yeah, so it is a free trial. They would obviously recommend you to purchase the game once the trial is ended. And of course, look, for anyone out there that is thinking of getting Rocket League because they've thought of getting it, or they've tried it before, and all that sort of stuff, and they want to try it again or something like that, I do recommend getting it on Steam before it gets released to Epic. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is a good time for you to grab it. This will be the last time you'll get a free trial before it gets taken off Steam, basically probably over the next 3 months. I highly doubt anything will happen again after this. There might be, but it might not. But basically, because rumour has it that it'll probably go free to play on Epic, which is not a bad thing, but there is nowhere near as much support on Epic stores compared to Steam. For example, my mod pack doesn't get recognised by Epic Store, so all the controller support features that you get on Steam is by far superior than what you get on Epic, and Epic reckons they are going to be working on it, but it's still years away. So now if you buy the game on Steam, it will stay supported on Steam even when it gets removed from Steam. So workshops will still be supported, and everything like that. DLCs will still be supported, all that sort of stuff on Steam. Now, like I said, the reason why is it's just much better quality, much more elaborative on all ways for the player, because it's such a highly skilled game. You need as much support as you can get. And like I said, if you do plan to play it a bit and want to get a bit serious into it, get it on Steam, because there's all these training packs and workshops that you can only get on Steam and you can't get on Epic. So honestly, some of the best players in the world use these workshops to get better. And it's just going to leave you just that little bit behind the mark, in my opinion. So you hear a lot of it in the Rocket League community that arguably PC players have a little bit of an advantage over console players, and that's one of the many reasons why. So if you've been thinking about it, stop thinking about it, do it, get on it, get the game, keep it on Steam, keep it where it's real, keep it where it's fresh, and you know, forget Epic, you know, because if you just want to get it when it's free, that's okay, I can understand that. But trust me, keep it alive on Steam. It's Steam helped Rocket League get where it is. So you know, it's definitely something that that we all as a community can get together and try and support it best we can. So everyone jump on it this weekend. I thoroughly recommend it. But mate, that is my third topic for the evening. What else have you got to tell me?
Cool. So I'm gonna switch it back to the Evercade. Oh, look at that. Jason's covering the Evercade again. Here we go. Nice. This time, I'm talking about retro-style indie games that have now been revealed for the Evercade that have not been released anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's right. We're recreating cartridges again. We've got a cartridge It's the cartridge from Mega Cat Studios. You probably never heard of Mega Cat Studios. That's because you probably haven't heard of Mega Cat Studios.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of this because you haven't heard of this.
You haven't heard of it because they've not come out with anything ever before.
Yeah, interesting.
So Mega Cat Studios, they've got their Mega Cat Studios Collection 1 coming out, a cartridge with 10 original games. So these are all originals that haven't ever been released. I mean, these sound like real arcade, like NES games. Ready? I'm going to read some titles. Log Jammers.
Right.
Little Medusa. Old Towers. Creepy Brawlers. Almost Hero. Justice Duel. Super Painter. Multitude. Tanza. And Coffee Crisis.
Okay.
They sound like very old, like Atari NES games that you just go, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, no one wants a jammed log. I mean, let's be honest. But this cartridge is only going to be sold for $19.99. That's Australian. So it's a good way for these little tiny, I guess, studio indie developer kind of games to really make an appearance. Good on them. I mean, I wish them well. I mean, these games probably just get lost in the Steam library, you know, and they'll just drift off and no one will ever hear about them. But here they're getting an appearance. They're the first ones. They were actually the first people to sign up with Evercade was Mega Cat Studios. So they've been the first ones to kind of be revealed with their I guess their studio or their development team to be the first ones announced for new retro games. Yeah, new retro doesn't sound like it makes sense, but you know what I mean, like new 16 pixel video like games. But either way, like, it's kind of cool that cartridges are coming back, and for the little guys that, you know, I get lost in the ether against games franchises like Call of Duty and The Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption, GTA. I mean, you would never look at these. I mean, come on. When we go to Steam, we look for games that are fun. But I mean, if you heard of a game called Log Jammers, you just wouldn't go, would you?
No.
You wouldn't go on it. So it's giving these guys an opportunity, and it's probably damn good. They're probably damn good. You know, what was it? What were we saying the other day? Like, when I was playing Aladdin the other day, what kind of games? I'm drawing a blank now. What an idiot.
What platform?
Platform games. Yeah, they're probably like little platform games that will be pretty fun, but we would just never think of it. I mean, Creepy Brawlers. Either way, it's going to be better than Pit Fighter, and that's all that matters. So, but all these indie games, they've said that they're going to come out towards the end of July. They're going to have another 3 announcements of indie games and cartridges, all going to be selling for $20 each, just to get the names out of there. And the good thing is, they're not sharing that cartridge with anyone else. They're just doing, this is this studios, and that's an awesome concept, you know, getting 10 games in one. You don't get that these days. But the Evercade, it's drawing closer to its release date. It did say the end of August, but it looks like it's been pushed back to September as well. Yeah. But in saying that, that's actually not that far away.
Just around the corner.
So I'll be looking at definitely the Evercade. I might not get it on its release, but I'll definitely keep a watchful eye. I like playing newly discovered indie kind of games. It's fun. I mean, how many indie games have we discovered that, you know, we've had fun with?
Yeah, man, big time. It's a lot of fun, especially when they work properly. You know, so
Gang Beasts. Yes. I mean, God.
Yeah, right.
That's huge.
They're great. They're the perfect niche because they're not serious. They're not boring. You could just get in there, get your hands dirty. Perfect for collabs. Brings people together. Chuck it on a video. Have a great laugh. You know, and it's there forever. You know what I mean? It's just great. It's absolutely great.
You found a couple of gems last week with Move or Die. That was fantastic.
That was. That bloody was. It was. It was Yeah, man, it was pretty funny. Wait till we play Pogo Stuck. I can't wait for us to play that. It's
oh yeah.
Yes, that's going to be brilliant. That's going to be absolutely.
It's going to be mighty fun.
Yes, yes. And I was going to suggest, mate, I would recommend we play that as soon as we can. The reason why, because some of the big names on YouTube are playing it at the moment, so it's sort of red hot, YouTube wise. So I would recommend that we try and get on there while the iron is hot. But we'll see how we go, see how we feel when we decide to do our collab tomorrow, I suppose. So yeah, man, it's yes, indie games are the shizzle.
They are, and I don't know about you, but I am not looking forward to it. If Bennett Foddy is anything to go by, I'm.
It's surprisingly more immersive than Bennett Foddy. It's not as mind-numbing as Bennett Foddy, but it's still frustrating. So,
we're gonna need face cam for this one.
Yeah, we're gonna need face cam.
Oh no!
We're gonna need face cam. We're gonna need punch cam. You're gonna need broken wall cam. You're gonna need everything.
I'm trying not to kick any of my plushies. Last time I took it out on poor Freddy Fazbear.
Yes, that's pretty funny.
Not poor Freddy Fazbear, because he kills people anyway, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I've got a pillow to scream into now, so that's good.
Great concept. I like it.
Alright, well that's me done for my topics of discussion.
Alright, cool. Shall I go with my fourth and final?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Alrighty, so with my fourth and final topic, Rockstar Social Club source code points to Red Dead 2 PC release. So we are pretty confident that Rockstar is releasing Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. It was the biggest it was the biggest and best game to release last year. Arguably one of the best games of all time. Today's hint help give us some more hope around the PC release. Comes from a person called Jacko Mako51, who reported spotting a snippet on the Red Dead 2 PC related data in Rockstar Social Club source code. Wherein then is a tiny reference to quote RDR2 _ PC _ accomplishments quote that can only be pointed in the preparations Rockstar must be making to get their system ready for PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2. So look, that's good news. I mean, we all knew it was going to come to PC. There's no way it couldn't, because GTA 5's come to PC. It's just a matter of when. Yeah. So people were saying 6 months, people were saying 12 months, because it took 12 months for GTA 5 to come to PC, but when it did, it was amazing. And we're thinking the same thing, but people took a poll at the bottom of this page, and most people think it's going to come next year. I reckon it will come October this year, but we have to wait and see. So that's some pretty good news, that it's definitely more cemented, that it's definitely being released to PC. How it's going to be, we don't know. When it's going to be, we don't know. Is it going to be worth it? Because a lot of people are saying it's not as good as RDR1. But we just have to wait and see. I suppose. I mean, I loved RDR1. I'm looking forward to RDR2. You know, all Rockstar games, just about every single Rockstar game is great. So well, pretty much they all are. So you know, it's just because it's a Rockstar game, you just got to get it. So and play it and just give it a good shot and give it a good go and go from there. So that's some really good news on PC. But that is my fourth topic for tonight, mate. I guess we got honourable mentions, and this day in gaming, you do feel old yet, mate? Do you want to do your honourable mentions first, buddy?
Yeah, I'll do my honourable mentions first. Why not?
Go for it.
All right. So Cuphead, which we haven't played either, actually. Come to think of it, Cuphead they say is a multiplayer phenomenon at the moment, isn't it? Cuphead is getting its very own Netflix show. Yeah, so coming to you in full color and Cinesound, it's Cuphead. It's the Cuphead show. Witness the wondrous Inkwell Isles as you've never seen them before in an original series inspired by classic animation style of the 1930s. Now in production by the talented team at Netflix Animation. So yeah, Cuphead is getting a show. The streaming giant also has the Witcher series in the works. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I knew about that. Yeah.
And the crossover worked the other way around too, as Netflix's Stranger Things saw its brand new third season launch alongside a new Switch game on the same day. So Yeah, Cuphead is coming to TV on Netflix. So in Australia, we probably won't get it. But anyway, if you're listening from not Australia, then you probably got it. Also, on another honorable mention, it's official. Online service has surpassed 10 million subscribers. So, and Nintendo continue to make it more appealing with talks of making SNES games online multiplayer might be coming in September. So they've done the NES online. They look like they're going to bring SNES online. Also, offering the NES online really push that, as well as Tetris 99. Tetris 99 is just smashing, and they offer that for free if you online subscription. They'll give you Tetris 99, and I did that with my Switch only 3 weeks ago. Tetris 99 is damn good fun. It's a special offer you get when you sign up. Yeah, so Nintendo Switch has surpassed 10 million subs to their online gaming kind of section. So good on them. When they're only charging $30 for a year. I mean, considering PlayStation's like $99 for like a year, $60 cheaper, and you get all online retro games for free. I'm straight there. In saying that, I am a PlayStation Plus member as well, even though I don't play online with people on that, so I may as well just cancel that. Yeah. But yeah, 10 million, not bad.
Yeah, man.
Not bad.
For sure.
So they're my honourable mentions.
Yeah, cool, man. Good stuff. All right, well, my honourable mentions. Goat of Duty, I'm sure you've heard quite a bit about it. The shooting game with goats is now in early access. So basically, imagine Call of Duty, but you were goats, and there's a lot of really funny sort of ragdolling and funny weapons and all that sort of stuff. But basically, you're
like Goat Simulator?
We've got Goat Simulator. Basically, it's based around Goat Simulator. I think it's the same makers from Goat Simulator. And they've gotten in there and they've just loaded these, they've loaded these giant guns to the back of these goats, and you're running around killing each other, and there's special moves and all this sort of stuff, and it's just nuts. So that is now in early access. So if you're a fan of Goat Simulator, you're going to be a fan of Goat of Duty. So if you were a big fan of Goat Simulator and Call of Duty, your dream child game has just been announced in early access. So get in it while you can. Of course, a big shout out to a game that was released recently and has grown massive population and fan base is, of course, My Friend Pedro. My Friend Pedro is a side-scrolling action game which you can kick skateboards and gangsters' heads in under guidance of a talking banana. Would you like a longer introduction, or shall we crack on? So, look, so basically, My Friend Pedro, it is a side-scroller shooter. It's basically you go through like stages and all that sort of stuff, and you sort of make your way through like a platforming, side-scrolling sort of action thing where you shoot people, you shoot enemies, you can do all these special moves, you can slow down time, you can spin to dodge bullets and all this sort of stuff. It's a great looking game. I haven't played it yet. I was about to play it. I was about to get it for Steam, but yeah, look, it's a great game. I'm planning to get it soon and play it for my channel really soon. But that looks really good, and so a big shout out to my friend, Pedro. That's yes, it's a great game. A lot of people, it's growing popularity, and a lot of people are really loving it. So that's definitely my honourable mentions as well. So shall we do this day in gaming, so on and so forth, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it.
What have you got?
I had a jingle, didn't I?
You did.
I had a jingle. All right, ready? Let's cue that wonderful, very professional sounding jingle.
Yes, do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's great. It gets better every time.
It's gonna sound different from the first one, probably.
I reckon I'll keep mine the same. I like mine. I reckon it sounds really good.
Your one sounds good. My one sounds just like some idiot is just singing in a very echoey room on one microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel sorry for him. I do.
It doesn't. I know it doesn't sound a thing like me. Okay, so here we go. Today, on the 11th of July, 2009, 10 years ago, was the release, the browser version release, and the worldwide release of Minecraft.
Oh, 10 years ago, Minecraft.
10 years ago today, Minecraft was born. And the Swedes are still going in it.
Yes.
So yeah, Minecraft turns 10 today.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Well, good, man. That's good on Minecraft. 10 years, it's still going strong. It's picked up a lot of traction again recently. So
I know, it's still going strong. Still going strong, and I don't think that game will ever go. I think it will. The fact that there'll never be a Minecraft 2, they just won't. They'll just keep adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff to that world. There will never be a Minecraft 2. Just won't. I just can't see it happening, and it's crazy. They've only got one game, one name, and they still managed to throw so much into the world, you know?
Yeah. All right, well, my Do You Feel Old Yet? Are you ready to hear it, buddy?
All right, let's go.
All right, so my Do You Feel Old Yet? 26 years ago, in 1993, the release... the release date of Street Fighter Turbo, the SNES version. So basically, the release of the new characters that we know of that were separated from the 1991 release. So we saw new characters like Fei Long, Tomahawk, Cammy, and DJ, and the much loved beat 'em up fighter game that we know of and love today. So, but yeah, 26 years ago that was, buddy.
Crazy, and I played Street Fighter 2 Turbo just literally 5 days ago.
Nice,
crazy to think about that. Crazy to think about that.
Nice, yeah, nice.
I was throwing out my Hadoukens left, right, and center.
Yeah, whatever the fuck he says. I don't know, something like that.
I know.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up. As always, guys, you are all up to date on the latest PC, console, retro, and Nintendo gaming. And of course, guys, I'm going to leave a link in the description to Jason616's channel. You can check out his podcast as well. So thank you very much for joining us on our 11th episode of the JayNas podcast. And of course, as always, Jace,
I'll do the same thing. Check out the description, so you'll find NasG Gameplay's channel. Check out all his content, and be on the lookout for that lovely little banana called Pedro coming soon. Also, guys, description below. Check out Universal Game Events.
Yes,
get on it, guys.
As we call it, huge. Yes.
Yeah, check it out, guys. Be a part of our community. Even on the other side of the world, we welcome anyone who shares the same love for multiplayer games like we do. So join in, get chatting, and if you're in Perth, get excited for some events coming up soon. So make sure you show some support there as well.
Yes, for shizzle. Alright, guys, we will see you all in the next JayNas podcast. Bye.
See ya.